Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It is the 9th of November in the year 2020, and all of those things are debatable. Because think about this. November means 9, not the 11th. October, oct means 8, not the 10th. You see what I'm saying? So the reason I'm even saying that is because everything that we know is a lie. Everything. These people, these Ashkenazis, these Jesuits, these Rothschilds, these Rockefellers came way down the line, but the Vatican, all these people were here before us, kings, queens, etc., and they rewrote everything. They lied to us about what time of the day, what time of the year it is. April Fools, you know what I'm saying? Because the 1st of January is not the beginning of the year whatsoever at all. So bear that in mind, because that is relevant in where we're going to go right here. If I can do this right. If not, it is what it is. I apologize. But I mean, I'm just some asshole with a laptop, man. And this is really, really, really freaking me out, because I came from Mike Decker's in Wyoming all the way back. That was a long ride. And I handed somebody the book by Klaus Schwab, COVID-19, The Great Reset. And I said, dude, simply look at just open it. Look at the first thing that it says, the first chapter, the first verse in COVID-19, The Great Reset. We need a macro reset, meaning we need to figure out a way to stop everybody on earth from doing what they've always done, put them in a holding pattern, and then redirect them in a new pattern. That's what the pandemic was. Do you see what I'm saying? And now, suddenly, states are locking down. I think the last count was like 14 states are locking down. We have a curfew here in Massachusetts from 10 p.m. till 5 a.m., which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever at all. So it's either one of the two. They're reasserting power. They're just seeing what people will do, or COVID-19, which hasn't affected to this day still anybody I know. Nobody. Everyone's still alive. The old people working at the gas station, they're still there. The girl at Dunkin' Donuts is still there. Same people swimming in the ocean, they're still alive. Everyone's still here. But secretly, COVID figured out that between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning in Massachusetts, that's the time to strike. Unfortunately, our governor saw that using scientific data that he probably got straight from the White House, and he's preventing us from going out there during those incredibly dangerous times, 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. But you know what else they're doing? Since I got home, I've been home 2 weeks, and I'm rolling tomorrow. I've been home 2 weeks, and the entire island that I live on, all the lights have been changed. All the street lights, they put in new lights. And the reason they put these new lights in is so that people can see the stars better. These lights don't create quite as much light pollution. They allow you to gaze at the stars, because that's what our governments care about. They went through all the time and energy and money to install new lights so that we can better enjoy the stars at night. Right? Strange thing about that is, if you recall, before this whole thing really broke, one of our YouTube friends from the UK worked for a Wi-Fi company, and he took apart one of these LED lights, and these LED lights actually had the capability of transmitting 5G millimeter wave, and he showed it. He straight up showed it. You know what's weird about these lights? And I got video. Every one of these lights on the bottom says LED in big letters, like RFB over my shoulder. LED 19. Every one of the street lights says LED 19. 19 what? Why would it say? You know what I mean? It's incredibly strange. So 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. is probably so they can finish putting 5G in, because from the time that I was out west and home again, they completely took all the lights down and put all these new friendly to stargazer lights up that say LED 19 on them. I just find it really coinkadinkle that COVID-19, LED 19, we can't go out at nighttime because, it's too upsetting, but it gives them time for all the white trucks to continue putting 5G because Boston and Massachusetts is pretty vast. I believe that's what they're doing. So if you recall, it's still up on my BitChute if I can find that. Do you remember the group of 5 doctors, actual MDs, that had nothing to do with the truth community, nothing to do with anything, but they published a paper on PubMed, and then PubMed pulled it down. After PubMed published it, someone called them and said, pull that down. But these 5 doctors drew the conclusion, doing testing and other things that actual real doctors do. They did testing, and they discovered that 5G millimeter wave, which is completely and utterly untested, we have billions and billions of dollars. You remember the deal. They said that 5G was going to cause exactly what the authorities are calling the symptoms of COVID-19 that nobody has. So when 5G comes on and everybody starts exhibiting, I can't breathe because 5G millimeter waves are destroying the oxygen in my lungs, because that's what it does. It's one of the things that it does. I believe that's what they're getting us ready for right now. And it's amazing that Utah is locking down. Other states are locking down. It's crazy that this is even happening again. But I'll tell you what, with the regular, normal people that I've met, they're all just waiting for the vaccine. No big deal. Nobody seems to have one. Nobody has any idea. Nobody has any idea. But let me explain something to you. Let's make believe. Let's pretend all of this is real. All of this is real. We have a unbelievable, nefarious disease that popped up out of nowhere. It was predicted by people that actually would profit off this, like Bill and Melinda Gates, John Hopkins, etc. But other than that, we have this disease that's it's unbelievable. It's just killing everybody, except the sneaky thing about it is it's killing everybody, but you don't know anybody. The millions and millions and millions of people that have watched stuff like this on YouTube don't know anybody somehow, some way, whatever. Okay. But now this disease, unprecedented, never seen one in my entire life, has popped up. And then magically, suddenly we've got what they're calling a miracle cure for it. And nobody seems to have one shred of an issue with the fact that this is, it's been tested on tens of thousands of people. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Because if you're going to give vaccines to everybody on earth under the guise of, we're going to let you go back to your regular life after this. No, they're not. No, they're not at all. And you can see that. It's pretty straightforward and obvious. But how come regular people aren't worried about taking a vaccine for a disease that's unprecedented and taking a vaccine that hasn't been tested, no clinical trials for at least 3 to 5 years? With everything that's been going on around vaccines for the last several decades, autism, everything, it's unbelievable to me. But people just want this vaccine. Everything will be fine, and everything will be back to normal by spring. That's what it says on the cover of everything. How unbelievably crazy is all that? All right, let me jump in the chat real quick because I got to catch my breath. What's up, Nez Lover? Jessica with love. Cindy Lou. Joanne Tripp. Richard Tofield. True North Truth Company. Gang Ranch YouTube. That's a long name, dude. I can't even finish that. J Tucker 329. They are begging for it indeed. Mimi Praise. What is up? I'll shoot about it. I don't know what that means. I think I do know what that means. Cree LaRue. Indeed. Indeed. Okay. If you open those street, I'm not climbing up his telephone pole. Yeah, I'm all set. And especially after somebody just posted it in social media. So if that were to happen around me, guess who they're going to blame it on? I don't need it to. I already know that I'm right. I already know it. We've been right too many times because this is an agenda. Nobody here is a rocket scientist. You heard James Corbett when I had him on the other night. We're not geniuses. This information has been out for years. We've been warning about Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030 for years because the information has been up. The problem with Agenda 21 is we were telling you about it for years, but it was never actually the year before 2021. It is now. Matter of fact, it's a couple of months before 2021. So it's a coming. And I find it strange that the president or what, the whole Corporation of America pageantry show that happened with Trump and everybody else. Remember the time I told you they were going to hand it over to Biden and something wacky would happen to Biden and blah, blah, blah. And we'd suddenly see Kamala Harris and what's his name? Barack Hussein Obama. Well, apparently Amazon Siri has heard me say that and others say that as well because they're claiming that the president is Kamala Harris. That's by design, dude. Amazon Siri doesn't go off the rails like that for no particular reason. There's things called software and such. They could stop that. They want this story running. So this story is running, and that's where we're at. A long time ago, and then recently, and then not too long ago, I told you Donald Trump was going to be the last president of the United States, and he is. Because Donald Trump on March 13th, Friday the 13th, which we have one coming up in a couple of days, even though we don't know what day it really is, Donald Trump handed the keys over to FEMA. Now, if you don't understand that, I'm not talking to you guys specifically, but anybody else that might watch one of these videos, if these stay up, when the president of the Corporation of the United States declares a national emergency and then a disaster area, he's handing the keys to the country over to FEMA, and he's no longer anything other than a paper cutout like you could be if you follow your local sporting team and they put a cardboard cutout of you in the auditorium, because that's where we live now. Trump handed the keys over. The national emergency lasts 6 months before Congress can actually say, put a halt to it or try to do anything. They didn't. And then Trump re-signed it again. Therefore, FEMA is in charge of the United States. Biden, Kamala, Trump, everything else, that's just to get us fighting or distracted or whatever, but not to worry about any of that, people, because let me remind you, take your time, share. Oh, are we freezing? No. Wow, they shut me down live. Holy shit. All right. I cannot believe this. But I can still see me. I look smart like that. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but on this end, everything is frozen. But I am talking. All right. Stand by. I cannot believe this. All right. Stand by. I don't know how to fix this. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. All these links I had up. Really? All right, close. Take your time. Take your time, Google. Do it. Okay. All right. Are we live right now? I'm not exactly sure what just happened. Hey, look, there's two of me. That freaks me out. All right. Can you guys hear me? I don't know what's. Your volume should have went to 0 because I shut the whole thing down. Nothing's changed. You guys good? Nez, we're good. Starfish, Coon Yankee, good to go. 5x5, 5x5. I have no clue what I was talking about. But let me see if I can remember. What is this, Gareth? What am I looking at? It looks like a bipod, pistol grip, crossbow, aim point sight, forward grip. Oh, I don't know. Okay, we're good. All right, we're good. All right, so check this out. A lot of you people asked. I promised you I'd make the videos, and I have been. And it's a pain in the butt, but this video is up on Jailbreak right now. And it's about filtering water in emergency situations and how to get cheap water filtration for like 20, 30 bucks. The video is up and live, and apparently people are watching it. There you go. There you go. Links will be in the description below. It's on Jailbreak Overlander. Just remember that it's not Richie from Boston on YouTube. It is Jailbreak. So act accordingly. You could probably figure out why. Boy, I can talk, huh? When I get going, I can talk. There you go. There you go. Jailbreak Overlander. Or not. Whatever. Okay, one more real shameless one real quick. See this? I specifically told you guys not to order this because I didn't think they'd be able to ship in time. Well, the guy that runs the place called me and said, if you guys order, they will ship within the week. So order, because a video I'm working on right now, food is becoming something that's, it's not awesome. It's not easy. It's not like it used to be in the United States, and that's going to get progressively worse. Paper towels, corn, cranberry juice. I mean, I live in Massachusetts. Cranberry juice. I had a family member who was sick. Cranberry juice would be the thing to fix it. And I had to go to 5 different stores to find cranberry juice. You do know I live in Massachusetts. Cape Cod, that's where they actually grow cranberries, and we couldn't find cranberry juice. Canned corn, white rice, paper towels, and bathroom cleaner, limited to 1. All these things are starting to disappear. That ain't normal, but it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. They are retraining everybody right now. Everybody's waiting for the new normal. Everyone's waiting for spring when everything's all set, everything's fixed, everything's good to go. It ain't never going to happen. It ain't never going to happen. I meant to delete that. My bad. What did I have open before that? A whole thing got. Oh, check this out. Check this out. All right. See this? Everybody's like, let's all just remember. Let's all just remember. A lot of us literally predicted exactly how things were going to play out through COVID, to the vaccine, to the second wave, to the second set of lockdowns, to the presidential election. There's a reason. This is all scripted. We're simply reading the book and reading it to you, making ourselves sound smart. We're not smart. We're worried because they're taking the country down, okay? All right, so with that in mind, see this story. Trump fires Mark Esper, defense secretary, who opposed the use of troops on U.S. streets. You see this? This is to put you into a false sense of security. There is nobody left in the higher-ups of the military-industrial complex or the government that is opposed in any way to putting troops on the streets, because if they were, they wouldn't still be in any type of control right now during this entire enormous lie that is COVID-19, period. So don't fall for this. This right here is setting, this is the setup. The pitch is coming, and Biden, Kamala, Obama, somebody else is going to hit it out of the park. Do not fall for this. Nobody is in a position of power on the earth right now that's going to oppose any of this that's going to end up in the paper. Just know that, okay? Just putting that out there real quick, because I know that people are kind of putting a little bit of faith in that. We're in trouble. And I can't help but notice that magically and suddenly, all of a sudden, we're getting nonstop feeds of people protesting in Germany, in London, etc. When they did it the first time around, they kind of shut all that down, so we didn't see it. But it seems like they want us to see it, like they want us to start protesting and rioting. But I'll tell you what, at some point, really soon, sometime really, really soon, we're going to have to do something big. The problem is way too many people have been worn down by this entire operation that's gone on since March. See, fortunately, a lot of you guys have followed my channel and listened to the live streams that we did. You knew this was coming before it even happened. You see what I'm saying? But other people, they just want their new normal. They want their normal life back. They want all this to be over with. And mainstream and Wall Street are telling them that this right here is the way to go. 90% of people will be good to go. Pfizer jumps out of the box. Well, I would imagine this is probably going to be the first vaccine they're going to force you to get. I can't imagine they would give you the first vaccine that's biometric, but I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do at this particular point, but I don't believe any of this. And in a real world, you don't give the entire world a vaccine that just got invented the other day. 3 to 5 years, and they still, I said autism, and my channel locked up. Boy, am I dumb, huh? At any rate, I was married once. It is what it is. Did you guys see a YouTube channel called Barricade Garage make a video called At Any Rate? Somebody sent it to me that didn't know who I was. And I'm watching it. I'm like, dude, this is actually about me. It's kind of funny. I watched it first thing in the morning. Apparently I say at any rate a lot. I get that from my father. It's something, I didn't make it up. I did not feel an earthquake the other day. So yeah, there is no rapture. DNA vaccine. Why is the chat delayed? Because there's 5,000 people watching on 2 channels. It happens. Yeah, see, I don't see anybody shopping. I don't see any of that stuff. I do see people worrying about Thanksgiving and such, but it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. Things are going to get wacky real soon because they're locking states down starting several days ago. You know what I'm saying? And this is just creepy, but it is what it is. Kamala Harris was born 56 years ago. How old is the president? Kamala Harris was born 56 years ago. Yeah, Biden ain't going to be the head of the boat. It's going to be Obama, and Kamala is going to bring him in. Blah blah blah. That's what I think, and it's funny because it's all leaning in that exact direction. If you recall, Days of Noah and myself were talking about that exact thing not too long ago. The old peach right here called the 25th Amendment, where something wacky happens and then the vice president steps up. Now the VP's got to pick somebody to run with them as president. And I guarantee you, Barry Soetoro, Barack Hussein Obama, him and his husband, Michael, will pop back in, and we'll have the first gay, all African-American cast of presidents and such, which makes sense. Makes sense. You want transgender, whatever Michelle Obama is. I don't know what that's called. It's a dude that turned into a chick, kind of somewhat. So I don't know. It's hard to tell. Yeah, Obama's going to run the New World Order, man. So there is that. All right, let me see if I can even. I had an idea here, and I messed it all up because everything froze. Okay, so let's look at these real quick. You can find stories like this every day, all day, nonstop, never ending. Stories where they say, "Oh yeah, that thing about that pandemic. Yeah, it turns out we were exaggerating, we were lying, we were misleading. Oh, 95% of them died of something else. Oh, 99%." And I'm talking these are quotes from the Center for Disease Control, the privately owned company, or the World Health Organization, which is run by Dr. His name escapes me, but that's okay because he's not a doctor at all. Anyways, he was the health minister of Ethiopia. All day, every day, you can find stories like this. And the people that are running these stories are the people perpetrating this, because the same billionaires pulling this ginormous one world, new world order coup off on the entire world own the media. So if they don't want you to see it, you don't see it. They want you to see it because they know that it's just jerks like me and you guys that are looking at it and yelling it from the rooftops, and nobody hears us. Nobody hears us. It's this entire thing was brilliant, in my opinion. It was incredibly well done. Incredibly well done. They're going to have people begging to get jammed with that needle of whatever the F they're going to shoot them up with. Will it be biometrics right away? I would imagine. But it seems like it would be smart to give the first couple of waves of people something that's not going to do. I mean, maybe the biometric won't cause anything to happen. I don't know. I don't know how any of it works because it's never been done in the history of mankind that we know of. And everyone's going to get it done. What a trip, right? I mean, what an absolute trip. I ain't taking it. I am ready. I am ready as of weeks and weeks ago, but just right before I even started this live stream, I am ready to not take this, come what may. Come what may, whatever. So if you see all of us, oh, conspiracy theorist Richie from whatever found, it is what it is. It is what it is. They're going to make me look stupid. They're going to make you look stupid. They're going to make us all look stupid. But I am not taking this. I ain't playing this. It pisses me off that I actually even had to wear a bandana in a store because I had to. I had to go get cranberry juice for somebody that was sick, so I did. When I put that on, I feel like the biggest fucking asshole, imbecile idiot in the world. I've only done it a few times, but it just, I don't mean to swear, but it kills me to do this. And watching these guys shut everything down and nobody's saying anything about it. What are you going to do with safety and this and that and the other thing, man? It just sucks. It just absolutely sucks. And it seems to be steaming forward. No problem. So there is that. Let me show you a couple of things that I had. All right, see this? This right here, in my opinion, is good timing. One of my subscribers sent this. China leapfrogs the world with first 6G experience. Yeah, I don't believe in satellites. I think that's just to keep your eye off the ball because 5G is going to play an explosive part in this. We ain't even seen 5G yet. We haven't felt the millimeter waves. When your entire community, neighborhood, building, where everything is pumping millimeter waves, you will feel it. I think this is just a red herring to keep people thinking 5G is all good. A month ago, where I'm sitting, did not have LED lights with the number 19 on them. Today, where I'm sitting, I'm surrounded by them. I never saw them put them in. Nobody really noticed it. That's what they're doing. That's what the lockdowns are for. It's coming. So this right here, I don't really care about that. We got bigger fish to fry. And I really, China is the epicenter of the it's not a bioweapon. It's a story. It's a bioweapon would be something you could deal with. That means somebody attacked us. We could look at, this was just a scary story. I've been across the country 7 times since this entire thing popped off. I've spoken to over 100,000 people. Nobody's got it. It's not real. How many doctors have I had on? How many authors have I had on? How many books have I shown you? How many quotes have I shown you from them? It ain't real. Turns out it doesn't have to be. But the cure they're going to give you for the thing that ain't real is going to be the thing that's going to kill you, enslave you, or damn you to hell. How's that, huh? How lame is that? If somebody wants me to start this with a prayer, you got to remind me, because when I get going, I kind of get going fast, and I totally forgot. So, yeah, I mean, this is just great, An entire country gets shut down. Then, the newspaper reports official data is exaggerating the risk of COVID, and talk of a second wave is misleading. 500 academics tell Boris Johnson in open letter. Yeah, well, guess what? It's been the same story, different day. None of this is real. 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 Because by now, I'd be like, you know what? My next door neighbor, the guy down the street. Oh, some dude I know. Oh, subscribe. Nope, none of them. Just more and more and more and more of this all the time. And like I said, some of the best ones came from the Center for Disease Control, a privately owned company like the Federal Reserve. No ties to the United States government in any way whatsoever at all. World Health Organization, run by a doctor who is not a doctor in any way whatsoever at all. Privately owned. We're being played big time. And it is going to, without a doubt, COVID will make you spiritually dead for good, and you will be unredeemable. You put that thing in there and it changes your DNA. You are not the creature God created. How is God going to forgive you? Or, you know what I'm saying? And we were warned about this. So, yeah, the Spanish flu was not the Spanish flu at all. Look that one up. It's not too hard. So there is that. And polio was simply them spraying, was it DDT all over everybody? Every story. I mean, dude, it's not even November. How's that? We live on an earth where hey, what time is it? Oh, it's November. Well, then why does November start with NOV, which means 9? And then October starts with OCT, which means 8. And then September starts with SEP, which means set. Wait a minute. Yeah. You want to be in control of everybody on earth? Lie to them. right out of the gate, man. Right out of the gate. And they are. So stand by, because my chainsaw voice is showing up a little too much. Good call. Good call. Good call. Okay, what else did I have up here? I wanted you to see real quick. Oh, see this? Exaggerating, leapfrogs, Pfizer. Oh, look at this. Here's another thing. Maybe you do or maybe you don't. I don't know. But one of the first channels you ever heard anything about the Neurolace was from me and Anthony Patch live back in 2015. And we told you about this before Joe Rogan came up with it. That was the big deal. So we were kind of proud. But here's a funny little story. Elon Musk defends the Neuralink against neuroscientists' concerns of the chips overheating or people overclocking them, like, gaming laptops. What kind of absolute Dunsky would go to this guy and have them put you want to be as smart as computer? You know what? If we weren't inundated with fluoride, genetically modified foods, barium, strontium, aluminum, the aluminum in your deodorant, every single thing that these scumbags sell. I mean, Johnson & Johnson's baby powder caused cancer in babies, and these guys knew it. They're giving children shots to prevent these mystery diseases that you can't catch from anybody else because it doesn't work like that. That's literally causing autism and worse. They're shooting disgusting things from dead animals and things animals shouldn't be in you. Every kind with its own kind. These guys care. If we could wipe the earth of these scum, we would never even need to think about getting something like a Neuralink or a Neuralace. That was the original name, Neuralace, which was going to be a spider web that would be injected into your jugular vein with a needle, and it would wrap around your brain like a spider web. That was the original Neuralace. If we didn't have these people on here dumbing us down constantly, and we were able to actually use our brains as God intended, we would never need something like that. But it just makes me absolutely, it makes me, I shouldn't say it makes me laugh because I can't even say it. It makes me sad that people are even contemplating getting something like this put in their head. If you get any type of technology put in your head, dude, we can't keep technology to keep your door locked without somebody hacking in it. I mean, come on, will you? It just amazes me that this is news and people take it for real and think that we're really going to Mars. I mean, when you're the elites, they're putting these things out there constantly, seeing what the percentage of the population will believe it. When people didn't lose their entire minds when they said, we're going to Mars, yeah, they knew they had us. When they told us last year that there's a killer wave of measles and not enough people freaked out, they knew they had us. So stand by 1 second. Somebody just approached my door and I don't dig that. Oh, wait a minute. Stand by. You thought I was gone forever, huh? I have cameras and such, I can tell. At any rate, as far as the Neuralace, I think it's comical. And I do know for a fact that they put things like going to Mars and measles being a killer pandemic. I know they put that out there to see if they could pull this stuff off. And turns out they could. And with everything going the way it's going right now, this old chestnut right here makes a lot more sense because Deagle.com has been around for a long time. And in the year 2025, which is not far whatsoever at all, America is a shadow of what she is now. Most of you guys should know what Deagle is. We've been talking about this for 10 years. Deagle's been around forever. They never took it down. They switched it up a little bit, but what this does, it's a military central intelligence agency type of website, and it basically shows that in just 4 years, America will have, I think, a third of the population. The gross national product will be like a tenth of what it is now, and our military will just be a bunch of dudes standing around with sharp sticks and trash can lids to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? America will basically be gone, which is why they've been building up China the whole time, and people somehow think that China's our enemy. China is the new world order, where when you open your trash barrel to throw something away, there's an AI figuring out how much of it you've wasted and how many social credit scores you should lose. You know what I'm saying? It amazes me, people. China, the China virus, and Trump, it just blows me away how many people we really need are stuck in the matrix. The spell is amazing, but I'll tell you what, at the same time, as much as it sucks, because it sucks being me, I came all the way home to literally hand Klaus Schwab's book and say, dude, read that. This dude is the CEO of the World Economic Forum. Boom. Crickets. Nothing. It bums me out that we can see, but I guess I wouldn't trade it for anything because people are going to die or worse. Men's hearts will fail from fear, and men will seek death, and death will flee from them. That was written. That's a real thing. These people are going to take this shot because then life will go back to normal. Because suddenly in America, we listen to politicians. Politicians tell the truth. I mean, it's a trip. I'm here from I'm with the government. I'm here to help. People would run. They would lock and load. Now it's all good. They did that through the television. The thing that I've been making videos for years saying the television is a weapon. It will kill you. Here's the patents to prove it. It bums me out, man. It absolutely bums me out, but we are awake. And The Simpsons, January 20th, I showed that, Bobby B. It's not good. The Simpsons has a really, really good record of showing us what's coming down the pike. From Mr. Burns blocking the sun, Bart Simpson 9/11, Donald Trump coming down the escalator. That one, it shows pestilence, famine, and war. Pestilence would be an outbreak, or 5G making an outbreak appear to be happening. Famine, they're already starting. They're taking away the food. And then the end result of pestilence and famine would be war. So they're not lying, and it is not far away. So there is that. I sent Days of Noah a link with absolutely zero notice. I said, hey, I'm going live right now. If you want to jump in, jump in. If not, is what it is. No hard feelings. I know he's going live tonight. Oh, excuse me. Filtering water right there on Jailbreak. That video will be up. The video is up if you want to check it out. And I guess that's pretty much it. At any rate, Richie from Boston. Stay up, people. Stay up. I don't know. He probably hasn't gotten back to me as of yet, or I've been dealing with a few other things. You know what I mean? 80% chance we've ordered. Who's we? You ordered them? I bet you that's not you. That's not a real picture. It can't be. I don't know what that means either. Shows which God made the horseman. I don't know what that means either. The video where I'm trying to find grizzlies, that was no joke. No joke. I spent a lot of time doing that too, man. That was no joke. I was dying to see a grizzly bear. So yeah, I agree, Pamela Capizzoli. I'm enlightened. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm an enlightened one. I'm a asshole with a laptop. At any rate, Richie from Boston, and